Hi friends, welcome to Pathik Lockdown Video Series 2. My name is Sameer Surve. I am the CEO of Pathik and the presenter of this video series. Last year when the corona crisis struck, we all took it pretty lightly, at least we took it very lightly, and we thought all this is going to get over in 10-15 days. But when it did not, we started organizing webinars where we involved several experts. The whole intention was to share wisdom with you so that we are able to help face this crisis in a much better way and emerge stronger. We reached about 25,000 people through that exercise. We all were hoping that this crisis would get over in a year and we would be back to our normal lives, but that was not to happen. And so here we are again with video series part 2, again coming with the same intention to share all the lessons and insights that we learned during the last year so that we are able to fight this crisis in a much better way and all of us emerge stronger, safer and wiser. So my dear friends, here we are with this video series. Before I proceed, I would like to remind you, if you have still not done it, please subscribe to the channel and press the like button and don't forget the bell notification so that whenever you have a new video, you get the notification and we could connect. Without wasting any further time, my dear friends, let's go to episode number 1. And what's the topic? It says the biggest friend or foe in your life. Now what is this friend and foe that I am talking about? When corona struck, it released a huge monster. And what is that monster? I want you people to guess. Because if we become slave to the monster, life can become a big problem for all of us. And if we are able to make that monster our slave, then like the genie from the Aladdin ka lamp or the chirag, the monster can work for us. I want you people to guess what that monster is. If you can't, to help you, I am going to give you 3 clues. And I am sure with the help of these 3 clues, you are able to guess what I am talking about. The first clue is a story about a young boy called Akash who took part in an impromptu speech competition at school and he was eagerly awaiting the results. Somebody told him you have won a prize and the prize came through him through an email. 2 days he was spending time in his happiness that he has won the prize. After 2 days he opened the email to see what has he actually won, and he had actually won a 1-year membership to Netflix. But unfortunately, he lost it because the Netflix coupon code was valid only for 1 day. He had opened the coupon after 2 days. So in spite of winning the competition, he did not gain anything. By now, you must have guessed what is this monster I am talking about. If not, don't worry. I am going to give you a second clue. And this is an all the more interesting one. Let's go back to history. In 1942, the World War was on and Hitler had almost won the war. He had almost captured the whole world. And he had suddenly attacked the Soviet Union. And with all its force, Hitler had the best artillery in the world, they had the best air force in the world, and they had the best fighter tanks in the world. 90% of Stalingrad, my dear friends, was captured by Hitler and his army. The German soldiers were entering every building of Russia and they were emptying it. It was almost a foregone conclusion that Germany and Hitler had won the World War. But yet we all know Germany lost. Now why did Germany lose? It is because this very monster that I am talking about became the enemy of Germany and Hitler and it became the friend of Russia. What is this monster? If you have still not guessed it, don't worry, I am going to give you the third clue. And this is a very interesting one. For that, let's come back to the present times. Just about 1 month ago, 7th of April 2021, the biggest investor in India, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala sir, invested in the shares of a pharma company. And in less than 1 month, or almost about in a month as we are shooting this video, he has earned over 10 crore rupees on this one investment alone. So the return of his investment is about 125% per annum. The same monster which became the enemy of Hitler has become the friend of Rakesh Jhunjhunwala sir. What is the monster I am talking about? If you have still not guessed it, the answer is on your screens. It is time. Time can be your biggest friend or time can be your biggest foe. If time becomes your biggest foe, we get caught into the trap of time and that's when we feel sad, stressed, frustrated. We feel out of control and many people are feeling so in today's day and age due to the corona crisis. Most of us feel that we are feeling trapped because we are trapped in our houses, but that is not the case. We are trapped in the prison of time. We don't know how to get out of it. But my dear friends, just think that is not the case with each and every person. There are so many people who even during this crisis are expanding their businesses. There are so many people who are healthier and stronger than before. There are so many people who have kept their mental resolve. They are fully in control and they are contributing in our lives. Think of all the health workers. Think of all the doctors who day and night are striving for us, not only taking care of their health, but they are mentally strong enough to contribute in our lives by working tirelessly. Time is their friend. Now what we are going to do is, in this video, we are going to show you how you could be calm, how you could be composed, how you could be in control, how you could be creative, how you could be contributing in other people's lives by making time your friend. In the last 1 year, our equation and relationship with time has drastically changed for each one of us. During this 1 year, we have learned some very powerful lessons from time and we want to share those lessons with you. They are 4 in number and they are on your screen. The very first lesson that time wants to teach us is called promptness. Time loves promptness. Whenever you are prompt, time becomes your friend. Just remember the story of Akash. If Akash had opened the email right on the day when he got it, he would have been able to enjoy the 1-year Netflix relationship. To bring home my point, let me share with you a wonderful story from Ramayana. When Ram and Ravan were fighting each other and they had a war, this was almost at the time of the end of the war when Ravana was about to die. He was lying there wounded and he could have been dead any moment. That's when Lord Ram realized that Ravana is a great scholar and he knows the secret of time. If he dies just like that, he would die with that secret. So he told his brother Lakshmana to run to him, touch the feet of Ravana and plead him to make him his disciple and teach him the secret of time. Lakshmana did the same. He ran towards Ravana, he touched his feet and pleaded to him, "Oh great Ravana, please take me as your disciple and teach me the secret of time." Ravana agreed. He told Lakshman, "Go, run and get me 3 leaves of any tree and a needle." Lakshmana did the same. As soon as Lakshman came back, Ravana said, "Now pierce one of the leaf of the needle with the needle." Lakshmana took and pierced 1 leaf out of the 3 with the needle. As soon as the needle touched the leaf, it turned into gold. Lakshmana was astonished. Now Ravana said, "Now pierce the needle into the 2nd leaf." When he did that, it did not turn into gold. It turned into silver. And then Ravana said, "Now pierce the needle into the 3rd leaf." As soon as the needle touched the 3rd leaf, actually nothing happened. The leaf remained just as it was. Well, this is the secret of time. The needle was the same. The leaves were from the same tree, but the only variable was time. If you do any job promptly at the right time, time is with you and that job or that work becomes, turns into its worth is the weight of gold. However, if you delay that job a little bit, well, the importance is reduced a little bit. It's not gold, it becomes silver. But if you delay it further, my dear friends, there is actually no point in doing that work because it does not give you any rewards. So that is the first lesson we can learn from time. The second lesson that time wants to teach us, and that is called movement. Time loves movement. Remember, when you are moving the bicycle, you are in balance and you are in control. The moment you stop the movement, you lose your balance. So we have to keep on moving. And the best example of this was what I gave you about the Second World War, about why Hitler lost the World War. Let me tell you that now. Well, till the month of October, Hitler was winning the war. But suddenly winter struck into Russia and there was snow all around, and that's when time turned its tide and it went against Hitler. Well, because of the snow, the 3004 most advanced tanks in the world stopped functioning. They were where they were and they did not move. Hitler did not have enough fuel to keep the engines rumbling, and because of which the oil inside the tanks froze and turned into ice, and mice entered into the engines of the engine and they ate away the wires of the electric connections of the tanks. So when Hitler needed the most advanced tanks in the world were rendered useless. Had he kept the engines running, probably the tanks would have worked. So time does not care what your situation is, what your circumstances are, on whose side you are. Time simply loves movement. So if we keep on moving, we remain in control. If we stop movement, we stagnate and slowly and steadily we start losing control, and we also start losing our confidence. So I don't want to suggest by this that just forget corona, get out of your houses and get to work as if nothing has happened. No. But why do we think that movement is possible only when we get out of the houses? There's a lot of movement possible inside the house as well. And I'm going to tell you a few which are very, very important. Movement number one. Every day, my dear friends, please exercise. The strongest organ on your body that needs exercise at this moment during the corona crisis is your lungs. Keep your lungs functioning optimally. So at least for 20 minutes, please do breathing exercises. There is a proven research which says, and mind you, the data of this research came even before the vaccines were invented, that the best way to fight corona and build your immune system is keep your lungs strong. If your lungs are strong, even if the coronavirus enters into your body, it can't do any harm to you. You will remain as strong as ever. So to keep moving with time, to have time as your friend, to avoid the time that you have to go to a hospital or to get into any crisis, please exercise every day, at least 5 days in a week for 30 to 45 minutes, and in which 20 minutes should be dedicated only for breathing. Now that you have exercised your body, let's go to the mind. An idle mind is a devil's workshop, and that is what is happening with so many people during this crisis. We have so much of anxiety. So the second way to keep movement is dump the social media and spend at least 1 hour every day towards reading something that will enrich your mind and give you more learning. I am saying at least 1 hour, so it could be more, but not less than 1 hour. And that 1 hour need not be continuous. It could be 20 minutes now, 10 minutes later, but during the whole day, at least 1 hour of reading. Number 3 is try to contribute in other people's life as much as possible, to whatever extent possible. If you do that and keep this movement going, I am sure you will have your confidence intact. That means you will be mentally strong, you will be physically safe and healthy, and time will be your friend. Now the third lesson from time. Have a long-term relationship with time. Keep on moving with time. Have a long-term vision. Many people are short-term thinkers. They want to work only to solve problems, and when you work short term, time also rewards you with short term rewards or smaller rewards. If you want to have longer rewards, bigger rewards, have a long term relationship with time. Look at the great Amitabh Bachchan. He had a long term relationship with time and he became a superstar, and later on he lost touch with time, and a time came when he was about to be bankrupt. He almost had lost all his confidence. He was not getting any work. He had lost touch with all the people who used to work with at one point of time, and now he was not getting any work. But then he followed the first 2 lessons. He started becoming prompt again. He is known for his punctuality. He started moving with time again, and look at him today. He is the big B. He is probably the rare persons who can say, "वो ज़माना भी हमारा था, ये ज़माना भी हमारा ही है." Now let's come to the 4th lesson of time. And it's a beautiful lesson because it's a lesson of creation. It is said creation is the act of God. So whenever you are involved into creating anything, my dear friends, it could be writing a poem, it could be painting, it could be sketching, it could be cooking, it could be playing guitar, it could be dancing, it could be designing a report, it could be creating a module, it could be anything. But whenever you create something, time not only supports you, it even protects you like an angel. Do you remember when you say, "I just lost count of time when I was writing that poem. I was feeling so blissful when I was listening to that music." That's when time gives you concession. So if you involve yourself in creative activities, you are going to become a much stronger, happier and better person. So these are the lessons which time taught all of us in the last 1 year. Now we are going to share with you 4 rules which, if you follow, time can be your friend. And they are on your screen. Rule number 1. Keep on sowing on an everyday basis. Okay, don't rest on your past laurels. Forget what you did yesterday. Today is a new day, and times are such that you have to keep on sowing every day. So keep learning new things, keep contributing other people's lives, keep creating new things, but be involved into something constructive. Whenever you see any video, whenever you read anything, you say, "Is this making me a better person?" That is a good screen to use. Rule number 2 is, please do not reap before you sow. So, particularly about finance, so I would say avoid taking loans. When you take a loan, you are using the money first and then you are working hard to earn or to deserve it, and that's not good. Time becomes your foe at such times. It's better to earn the money first and then enjoy it. Don't live in the future. Okay, so don't think that I'm going to do business, earn 10 lakh rupees and assuming or already taking for granted that you have earned a 10 lakh rupees, start making decisions and spending those 10 lakh rupees. No, don't live in the future. Live in the present and face the reality. Rule number 3 is check for the weeds. Many times time favors you, rewards you, life is smooth, and we believe like the Hindi film story, it's going to be, we are going to live happily ever after. Now when we start assuming this, we become complacent, we become confident, overconfident at times, we become arrogant. So watch for these weeds and just take care they don't get the better of you. And the last rule, my dear friends, is be ready to be pleasantly surprised. Because if you follow all these rules, time will reward you graciously. Remember Rakesh Jhunjhunwala sir, in less than 1 month, he has earned over 10 crore rupees. Now you may say, well, he is rich and he is Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. What about me? I have my own set of problems. Well, that's what is the beauty of time. It does not have any biases. It rewards anybody who is its friend. So you could be rich or poor, you could be young or old, you could be educated or illiterate. Anybody, time rewards if you follow these rules. To prove my point, I am going to share with you the story of my own student Nikhil, who made time his friend, and let's see what happened to him. Let's watch.
I'm Nikhil. I've been working in IT industry from last 5 years. I joined Pathik Connect at first batch last year. After coming here, I work on my long-term vision and I found out my motivation, my purpose of life. And I got different kind of a motivation. Then I accepted the reality. And to accept that reality was not easy for myself because I had a brain stroke last year, severe paralysis stroke. So that was painful to accept my reality. After that, I know where I am, where I want to go. Then I done various aspects of the planning with the help of Sameer sir. I took a challenge. I will maintain a consistency for 75 days. I will give every day not 1 or 2 hours, I will give 5 hours. 1 hour I will give for my exercise, 1 hour I will give for my meditation and breathing, 1 hour I will give for my communication skill growth, 1 hour I will give for my artificial intelligence studies, 1 hour I will give for my web development studies. So I would like to say that today is 133 days. I maintain the consistency without any break. I face various challenges to maintain this consistency because I had a stroke, headaches are going on. I was living in a Bhandup. I took a decision, I will shift to the Airoli. Bhandup to Airoli was difficult to shift, painful process, still I maintain the consistency. My parents are living in a Satara, so I traveled throughout the night, still I maintain the consistency. I'm married, doing a job, facing everyday new challenges, still I never broke my consistency. I also got 2 opportunities in between, one opportunity for Hungary, Budapest, for short term, and also one job in a Tech Mahindra with salary more than my current salary. I said no to this opportunity because I learn here. If I will go beyond this small opportunity, I will not reach to my long-term opportunity. To say no to the short-term opportunity which are not useful for our long-term opportunities. That I learn here. What I achieved after doing this process, I will tell you a part by part because I done in 5 parts. So in AI, I finished complete course of A to Z in R and Python language. I finished complete course of a deep learning. Here I learned how can we implement the recommendation based system, how can we give the trainings to the machine. Also I learned here how can we predict the stock market price. I learned how can we create a clusters from the different of our data. This learns in deep learning. I also finished the course of a deep natural language processing. Here I learned how these systems are interacting with the machines. That I think I learned here, and means Siri, Amazon Alexa, which algorithms are used, how can we create those algorithms. These topics I learn here. Whatever I learn in a technology very thoroughly, going more detail, taking notes, writing down the code and revising again. Also in a communication skills, I have been giving 1.5 hours, more than 1 hour. So each day I have been learning 20 words. Till date I finished 2660 words of English. I have been reading books each and every day. So I am at a 3rd book. That reading is giving me beneficial for motivating myself and also improving my communication skills. Also I have been doing a mirror practices. Because of that my confidence is improved while speaking. Whatever I learned technically I have been explaining. So revision is happening and motivation and technical presentations are getting developed myself. In a communication skills that benefits I got. For health, I was a 105 kg. I reduced my weight, maintained my health too much. Also, I have been doing meditation and breathing for few days. During that meditation and breathing, because of that, I started living in the present. I'm more aware and my energy is getting maintained throughout the day. I have been sleeping 5 hours of a day from few days to maintain this consistency. I'm a stroke patient, still more energetic, more fresh. These achievements I got. So what problems are resolved in my life that I have been in the IT industry. IT industry is evolving each and every day. So we need to adapt to this technology. I need to do my job. I need to handle family. I need to handle my health. I need to give some time to the family. I need to give my time to my mental health. Also, I need to do some social activities. So I was confused. I will do these things parallelly. I came here. I work on my vision. I found out the motivation, and I done planning. So I got that answer. I designed my life in a such a way that I would like to say you that I am going to maintain this consistency for 10 years.
So as you saw in the story of Nikhil, well, he said he followed consistently, giving 5 hours every day for his development for 133 days. But my dear friends, I just talked to him last week and he said it was not 133 days, but he continued for over 600 days. So mind you, all the 365 days of the last year during the corona crisis, he was busy following all the lessons of time, following all the rules and trying to make time his friend. He already has reaped a lot of rewards, as you have heard in the video or seen in the video. His health is better, his relationships are better, he's learning so many new things. But over and above that, he shared the good news last week that he has changed his job and he's got an increment in the new job. And the increment is not 10% or 20% or 30% or 40%, it is 200%. That means if he earned 100 rupees before, now he's earning 300 rupees. So time has rewarded him as graciously as time has rewarded Rakesh Junjunwala sir. So if he can make time his friend, so can you. My dear friends, I hope you have liked this video, and if you have, or even if you haven't, please mention whatever you feel like in the comment section. That will help us tremendously to improve and work on the further episodes. Next week we are going to see something very interesting. There are so many rich people, there are so many successful people who have got money, who have got wisdom, who have got knowledge, who have got great advisors besides them, yet they make big mistakes in life and make time as their foe. What is that mistake they do? What is that one principle of living that they forget? We are going to share with you next week in the next episode. Till then, my dear friends, thank you very much. Stay safe and see you next week. Bye-bye.